Hello everybody, Dr. F. Scott Feil here, and I'd like to introduce you to our newest sponsor. The NPTE Final Frontier is the review course that I wish was around when I took the board exam. For those of you who know my story, it took me a handful of times to pass that exam, and quite frankly, I really wish I had an exam review course around, just like the NPTE Final Frontier. Check out their website, npteff.com, and use the code HET at checkout for 10% off to all of our listeners and fans. Hello everybody, Dr. F. Scott Feil here with another Teach Me Something Tuesday tip. This one I think will resonate with a lot of people, especially right now, and that is include and accept everybody that enters your classroom. And this one can be a little bit about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also learning levels, learning styles. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm this type of learner, I'm that type of learner. Maybe there's some relevance to that, maybe not. But at the end of the day, we have to at least maybe try to do some meeting them where they're at, right? Whether that be what do they already know versus what they don't know yet. Maybe it's something as simple as just making them feel included, making them feel recognized and welcome, right? I think it can go a long way if we do like some pre-tests and some ungraded activities to kind of see what their knowledge base is and where our students are. And then from there, we can then kind of craft some of our lesson plans and some of our reviews and some of our assignments towards what they need to know and where we need to get them to, right? I think it'll be successful on both halves if, both the professor and the student are aware of what levels we're at and where we kind of need to meet in the middle a little bit. So when I say be accepting of everybody who enters your classroom, like I said, it's not just a cultural thing. It's not a diversity, equity, and inclusion thing only. It has to do with, the preparedness of the student. What was their experience leading up to where they're at now, right? Was their undergrad enough to prepare them for where they're at? Was it one of those things where, okay, maybe we have some work to do with professionalism, or maybe we have some work to do with just getting people at the level they need to be at with academic rigor. They may not have been pushed enough. Their program may not have brought them to the point where this is a big one for me, but maybe they're not at the point where they're doing their own critical thinking. And I felt like, we should be doing that as early as high school, if not earlier. And today's educational system just doesn't do a great job of that. So, think about these things and don't hold it against the students if they're not there yet. To some extent, they worked hard enough and followed the right track and did all the right things to get to a point that got them in front of you. From there, it's up to you now to take the baton and build on that. So like I said, just, being as inclusive as we can, acknowledging our students, and creating that safe place that we talk about for them to learn, right? It doesn't have to be, one of those things where, we're babying them or coddling them, right? But at the same time, it needs to be a safe enough place where they can come to you and say, hey, I haven't learned that yet, or I'm not really sure about that yet. Could we go into that a little bit further? And not holding it against them if they haven't, right? Being okay and accepting and acknowledging and being aware of the fact that, hey, it's okay, we're going to get you there, okay? I just need to see where we're all at. And the tough part is some of the students may be a little further along and some may be a little further behind. So if that's the case, you're going to have to work real hard to get those students that need to be caught up. And then, from there, hopefully you can also lean on some of the students that are a little bit further along to help spread the wealth of knowledge and really get everybody on the same page so that little by little, as you work your way through the semester, you can get to a point where everybody's feeling good about coming along around the same pace. So consider that your Teach Me Something Tuesday, and we will see you next week.